Hey guys, it's Heather. I know it's been a really long time, but I thought I'd hop on here today and kind of give you an update as to what's been going on. I guess this is just the lighting from being outside. It's really pretty out here today. It's in the mid 60s. Today is April 25th. I think the last time I saw you guys on YouTube was October of last year when we were finishing the rental house, redoing the rental house, and we did get renters in there very quickly. They moved in November 1st. I'm actually off today and Adam is not here right now. I had a little bit of time. I'm gonna head out and get a pedicure here in a few minutes, but I'm just enjoying the peace and quiet that is my backyard. We've had about a month or two ago, we had a deep freeze. We got down to 7 degrees, which is not something we ever see here. And unfortunately, it took a toll on a lot of the plants in my yard. So if you look, let's see if I can see it. I can see the middle palm tree only has a couple of fronds, but he's okay. Those two are okay. But sadly, my Pinto Palm may not come back. We had the palm tree people out here last week, and they cut it back quite a bit, and we're hoping that the middle of summer the center shoots up. If not, it's dead and we need to replace it. So that makes me very sad because that was my favorite palm tree. But we, fingers crossed that he'll come back. Let's see if I can zoom you in on him. He just looks like a pineapple stem now. That's it. But I don't even really know where to start. I have done quite a bit of gardening. I've got my pretty flowers up on my deck. Pretty. I'm hoping that this lighting is not as bad as what I'm seeing through the... I planted tomatoes from seed this year, so he's probably about 2.5 feet tall now. My garden down there, maybe I'll take you down there later today, is completely full. For some reason, they really worked for me this year. I'm just praying that we actually get tomatoes from them. But I've got strawberries and lettuce and spinach and peppers and chives and cucumbers, and I can't remember what all I planted. We've done, on my days off, I play in my yard and I play with my dogs. So let's see. Here's my pretty roses. This is the only place I can plant roses. It has to be in this pot because the deer love them. So each year I get my little roses here. There are my herbs down there. And we have pressure washed the deck. Jack, say hi. Say hi. Indigo, can you say hi? Where's my Dexter? He wants to go in the pool, but it's not quite warm enough. The pool water is 75 degrees. Say hi. Dexter, say hi. Oh, this is my favorite place in my house. I also planted some pastas here, and I've got some creeping Jenny and whatnot that will fall down the sides. One on this side, and then over here next to the water hose, just some pretties. I don't know if you're seeing any of this. I don't know what's going on with the lighting, but I want to be out here, so this is where I'm going to be for now. Dexter, he's trying to get Indigo all riled up. Hey. Hey. Okay, that's enough. Dexter, that's enough. So Jax will handle things if Dexter gets a little too rough with Indigo, but they play really well. He's just a big, loud boy. He likes the sound of his voice. Let's see. All right. So, phone down. Let's try to catch up. Dexter, please, go lay down. Go find Jax. Where's Daddy? Go find Daddy. Go find Daddy. Last October was the last time I checked in. We were remodeling our rental property, and that was that. It was not my intentions to stop filming at that point, but as you all know, a couple years ago, Adam and I started a new business in pet nutrition, and we decided to go storefront last year, and it took off very quickly. Trying to hire and get enough staff in there has been interesting. Then the middle of last year, we decided to expand our business and take over the building that was next to us. So that construction started late October last year and took significantly longer than we anticipated. We ended up opening April 10th of this year. So we've had Halloween, we've had Thanksgiving, we've had Christmas. A lot of you probably saw my Instagram post back in late December. My mother-in-law was in the hospital. Last year, she was diagnosed with liver cancer, and she had just started treatments, and it was not going well. Long story short, she did go into a coma during Christmas, and then woke up and talked to everybody, got up, went to the bathroom, had lunch with my father-in-law, talked to my husband on the phone, and went back to sleep that evening, and she never woke up again. So we unfortunately lost my mother-in-law at the beginning of the year. I spent New Year's in Mississippi for saying goodbye to her. Sorry, my phone's going off. But we came back to work. We've been under construction all of this year up until beginning of April. We finally got the new store open April 10th. And it's been unbelievably busy, but more happened on top of that. I want to say November of last year. If you've been following me for a while, you know a couple of years ago, I talked to you about the fact that my husband was COVID downsized from the company that he'd been with for nearly 20 years. And so he had been away, he'd been off, he'd been with me doing this for 2.5 years. And in November, that company reached back out to him. Apparently their plan of action was unsuccessful, and they needed Adam back to fix things. And so there were some negotiations and a lot of discussions between Adam and I, because we do run a business on our own, and we were expanding a business. So the fear of me taking over that part of it by myself while he went back to his other job was big. I was really nervous about it. It did mean significantly more hours working, more energy. But in the long run, it was the smart thing to do. So he accepted that position, and he started back beginning of this year, right after we got back from Mississippi for his stepmother's funeral. So it's put a lot more on my plate than I had before, and I felt like I was pretty busy before. So I had to start cutting out things in my life that just added more work to do, and increase the things that brought me peace and pleasure and happiness. So I guess the reason I just never, there were a couple of times in between that I did pick up the camera to film, because I never intended on stopping, but I just really didn't have a lot to say, and I was so busy, and my head was so frazzled, and I had so much to do, and I was overwhelmed by yard work and housework and the other parts, and so I had to just clear out some space and take some me time. And so I spent, my days off, I'd be in my garden, or I play with my dogs every single day, no matter what. Even if I'm working, I find a way to play with my dogs every single day. And Adam has, as much as he physically can, and he's done a lot. He still helps me with our other business, but his primary job is back where he was before. So I do have a great crew working for me, and it's been a little here and there with hiring and finding the right fits and stuff, but those that I have right now are actually allowing me to be here today and pick up the camera. I don't have any gardening to do. My dogs are down here with me, and Adam is not here right now. He's at work. He usually works from home, but so right now he's not at home. So I thought, before I put on my shoes and go get a pedicure, that I'd pick up the camera and just kind of fill you in. So that's pretty much it. It doesn't feel like it's been 6 months, and I realized that I was talking to Adam about it the other day, and he's like, well, they're probably wondering what happened to you. And I have gotten multiple emails, Instagram messages, things like that, just saying, what happened? Are you okay? And I tried to reply to some people, but it was just one more thing. I just couldn't think about it at that moment. I just had too many other things, or I'd see the message and think, okay, I'll answer later, and I just didn't get a chance to answer later. So, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to pick up the camera much. That's the thing. And my son is now divorced. My granddaughter lives with him, and so when she's not in school, she's with me. So she gets out of school in 6 weeks, and I have her for the summer. Now I do have her in summer camp. She's got 5 weeks of summer camp, day camp. I'll pick her up and take her in the morning and drop her off in the afternoon, or drop her off in the morning and pick her up in the afternoon. But for the most part, she's going to be with me. We're going to try to do some pool time and all of those. Oh, another thing that's happened, I turned 50 last weekend on the 15th, so I am now 50 years old. That number seems bigger than what I feel. I'm tired, don't get me wrong. I do feel tired, but that's just because I have so much going on. But I do feel, physically, I feel good. Last April of 2022, I started, well, before that, you guys all know that I've had some knee issues, a lot of knee issues, and the doctors told me that I would need a knee replacement, and I started doing some research, and I just started cutting out things that are inflammatory. So I've been gluten-free for a little over a year now, and I have little to no pain in my knee at all. So if you guys are having issues with your knees or joints, start looking at what you're eating. You would be amazed by the changes that you can make just by not eating non-inflammatory foods. I still eat dairy. I just have cut back on that. I still eat sugar. I've cut back on refined sugars, but I just am very strict, no gluten whatsoever, and it's made a huge difference in my physical ability. So I mean, I can run through the yard and play with my dogs, and it's a major improvement. So, but that's going to be a lifelong change. It was difficult at first. I actually gained like 20 pounds last year trying to figure out how to eat gluten-free and still have all the bakery type things, which are higher calorie. And that's when I gained 20 pounds. I've lost almost all of that weight this year, thankfully. I have a couple of pounds that I'd still like to lose. Maybe about 10 would be exactly where I want to be, because I'm never going to be a size 2. That's just not who I am, But I'm about a 6'8" right now, and I'm comfortable with that. I want to be a solid 6. Guys, seriously. But they keep me busy. My granddaughter keeps me busy. My husband keeps me busy. My job keeps me busy. So I just don't know how much of the videoing guys, I'm trying to talk. Thank you. Come here. Hi, baby boy. Got my Jaxie bear right here. Say hi. You say hi. Say hi. Say hello. Say hello. I love the babies. So just let me know if, well, what I was going to say is, it started to get to the point where it was so long since I had filmed. I'm like, they probably don't even care now. They're probably fed up with me. When is it too late to even start back again? And when I was talking to Adam, he just said, at least let them know what's happening. At least let them know why you dropped off of the face of the earth. Because I am getting messages and people asking me if I'm okay or if everything's okay here. And everybody's fine. Then we did lose my mother-in-law. But everything else is fine. We're just extremely busy, and I mean, it's the business has been going great. Expansion, guys. Dexter, Jax, please stop. Come here. Come see Mama. I don't know what they're hearing. There must be somebody driving by. But if do you want me to sporadically pick up the camera when I can, or are you just kind of you waited too long, it's over with now? I mean, I just don't know. I guess part of it is, a lot of you subscribed to me because I was doing unboxings and hauls and things like that. And that's just really not my life anymore. I haven't had a subscription box since the middle of last year. I do occasionally buy a piece from Stitch Fix just because I want it, but they don't send me a fix anymore. I've canceled all my other subscription boxes. I do very little shopping now. I don't have any time. I just don't have I say I don't do any shopping, but I sure do a lot of shopping for my business. And that keeps me very busy. So I think by the time I'm done ordering and buying for the store, I just have had enough and I don't feel like searching anymore. So I'm not really bringing in anything new other than, my garden and yard stuff. And I'm not even buying any household stuff. But I mean, when you're working as many hours as I'm working right now, and then you've got 4 acres to take care of, 4.5 acres to take care of, which obviously a lot of that is woods, and you've got a garden of my organic garden, so I have to constantly tend to that, keeping the house clean and the laundry done. For my birthday last weekend, my father-in-law came, so getting the house ready for him, and he spent the weekend with me, and that was really nice. And Emily threw me. It was such my Emily and my best friend Brenda planned this whole thing with the help of my husband. And they all took me to dinner, and then afterwards we went back to Emily's house, and she and Brenda had decorated the house. It was like a blush pink and black and gold. It was gorgeous. They didn't do any of that old lady stuff. I loved it. And Emily made me the most delicious gluten-free cake. And if you go on my Instagram or Emily's Instagram one, I can't remember where the pictures are. It was a black cake, which I like yellow cake with chocolate frosting, but she made it black and pink and gold. It was gorgeous. And it was just as she was like, oh my God, it turned out so pretty. She didn't think it was going to taste good. And it was absolutely fabulous. It was moist and delicious, and it was fabulous. And then the next, people brought gifts and stuff, and that's always weird, opening presents in front of people who bought them for you, But what my daughter did is she had told me not to plan anything for that Sunday, which was the 16th, that I was hers for the day. And I'm, okay, what are we doing? So she would tell me, excuse me, Dexter and Indigo, is there somebody here? Please stop. Go inside. They'll let themselves in the house. So she told me to be at her house at 11, and then we got in her car and we drove into Atlanta, and I had no clue where we were going. I don't go into Atlanta. She took me to a restaurant that was white tablecloth and everything. It was the most fancy brunch I've ever had in my entire life. It was mimosas. I had salmon with whatever the sauce was on top of it was, I don't even know what it was, but it was fabulous. These little baby carrots that were purple and yellow and orange and quinoa. It was incredible. And then she got something too. It was all completely, had a huge gluten-free menu. It was fantastic. So we sat there for a while and we drank mimosas and we talked, and it was a lovely time. And then she says, well, we're not done. We got somewhere else to go. And I'm like, okay. So we're driving. Next thing you know, we show up at the Atlanta Botanical Gardens. I had never been before. And we spent the next, I want to say 4 hours just exploring and taking pictures and laughing, and it was such a fun day. And she was like, Mom, I wanted to get you something gold for your birthday, because 50 is gold. She was looking at bracelets and stuff, and I said, you gave me a gold memory. So after we were exhausted from walking around the Atlanta Botanical Gardens, we weren't even done. She's like, let's go to Pike. So we found the closest Pike to Atlanta, and we went shopping at Pike and bought plants and stuff there. It was the best day. We had so much fun. I have the golden memory embedded in my brain, and you know what? 50 ain't so bad, right? So anyway, what I'll do now is I'm going to put on a pair of shoes. What's this? The garden is pretty shaded, but I'm going to still take you down there anyway, because I don't know if I'll film after I go get my pedicure. But I really wanted to just check in and kind of let you guys know what was going on, so you didn't think that I just fell off the face of the earth. I didn't. I'm fine. My husband's fine. The dogs are fine. My family's fine. But it's just been a lot happening, and my life has kind of shifted into a different set of responsibilities, and, what is the word I'm looking for? The things that matter the most to me. So, yeah, so let me pause you real quick. Let me get some shoes, and we'll walk down to the garden. So now they're going to run through the woods and be crazy dogs. Hey, Indigo. All right, I did put this netting over. I did this last year. It's across the top because squirrels and birds kept coming in and eating all my wares. Dexter. Sorry they're being so loud. They're not used to me filming right now either. It used to be a normal thing for them. Oh, let me pause you. All right, so here I've got peppers and lemon balm kind of intertwined together. Some of my tomato plants are smaller, but they go to the back. I did plant marigolds with them. I have mint that came back from last year, this kind of entwined in everything. No tomatoes yet, but they're looking good. I have romaine lettuce. I have strawberries and across here, and then that's spinach back in here, and the strawberries are kind of growing through. And then I did just spray these because I see some insect activity, but this is green leaf lettuce, and then chives and more peppers here, and obviously more strawberries, but it's looking pretty good in here. The net is on my head, so I'm going to back out of here and kind of give you a better view from here. So I don't remember what I planted behind. Normally I have herbs planted here. I didn't do that this year. Indigo, stop. What did I plant back here? Watermelon? I think there's watermelon. And then that's some blackberries, but I've never gotten any fruit on those blackberries. I'm hoping now that there's a net over it, it will. All right, hold on. Indigo, where's Mama? Jax. Hey, come on, let's go. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the sun, you know, getting warmer in the summertime and being able to be out here at the pool with my granddaughter. My blueberry bushes, geez, he's loud. I had so many blooms, and then we had the 7-degree weather, and I have a few blueberries on there, but nowhere near what I was hoping to have. But grass needs to be cut. Yard man's coming into this week, I think. Let's see. Oh, we also lost a couple of bushes in the front yard. Come on, guys. Indigo, come. Jax, come. Dexter, come. Sorry, I got to walk up a hill. But yeah, the freeze took 2 smaller bushes at my front door. So let's walk around here. Come on. We actually replaced them with the same thing. They're just some gardenia bushes, but we put 2 instead of 3. Because these were just 3 giant dead sticks. These I made probably 2 months ago, and they're still looking pretty darn good. I'm probably going to have to replace a few things as they die, but happy with them. I no longer have the bushes or the plants by the front door. But how cute is my little bunny? My little bunny wreath. I thought that was so cute. Anyway, whew. It's a lot of walking up those hills. But I'm going to go get ready to go and go get a pedicure. So just let me know in the comments below if an occasional video works, but there's no way that I can schedule or plan, and I just don't know what I will film. So it won't be any unboxings that I can think of anyway. I mean, I don't have subscriptions and things like that coming in anymore. The occasional purchase of something, maybe, I don't know. Okay, the dogs have got the rug all messed up. Holy smokes. Whew, okay, anyway, so just let me know. That's gonna be about it for today. I'm not gonna make this super long. I'm gonna get ready to go. So I hope you guys have a very happy day. Talk to you soon. Bye.